Hearty welcome to all my dear students. I am Joseph. I am here to teach you the subject sociology. I firmly believe that all my dear students are staying safe and blessed. I request all my dear students to keep learning. This is the first session of learning, the first chapter. Name of the chapter is Sociology and Society. This is the first session of learning the chapter Sociology and Society. I request all of you to take the book Introducing Society. The name of the book is Introducing Society. Name of the chapter is Sociology and Society, and this is the first session of learning this chapter. Before moving into the paragraphs, I wanted to give you some of the meanings of difficult words. First one, the term political means governmental. Second one, the meaning of the word entity, E-N-T-I-T-Y. Entity means what? Independent life or existence. Third one, unravel. Unravel means give solutions to the problems. Give solutions to the problems. Now we can move to the first paragraph. The important idea in the first paragraph is suggestions made on young students. In a more simplified way, I wanted to tell you that the pieces of advice given by the society on the girls and boys. It means the society is giving pieces of advice to boys and girls. This is the main idea that first paragraph focuses. We know that there are some pieces of advice given by our society. First one, study hard so your life will be well. We know that our teachers, our parents, they are part of our society. They are always advising us what if you study hard, you will do well. You will get a good future. You will get a good job. It means the personal. This is personal. It means if I am giving you the advice, if you study hard, you will get a good job. It means you have to study hard. That's why this is personal or individual. And second advice the society is giving, if you choose this job, you will get job in the future. It means if you select this subject, you will get a good job, a better job in the future. Always our teachers are also telling, our parents are also telling, and they are giving their suggestion. They are giving their advice on which subject we have to select for making our future better. This is the second advice given by the society. Third one, as a girl or boy, is it a correct choice? It means what? The parents are giving pieces of advice to boys as well as girls. For boys, there are different pieces of advice. For girls, there are different pieces of advice. We know that because there are different occupations that boys and girls can do. girls are usually becoming nurses, boys are usually becoming engineers, so that there are separate advices or pieces of advice for girls and boys. And next advice given by the society is your choice a practical one? It means society is asking these questions to us when we are taking a difficult, it means what, decision in our life. Society is asking whether it will be successful or not. For example, you belong to a poor family and you want to become a doctor. So, society, they might ask this question whether this decision will be practical or not. Next, fifth questions asked by society is, why did you choose a profession that will take very long time, as there is that you have family business? Very often some students, they may have some family business like shops. Such students, they wanted to join courses which is lengthy, 5 years, 6 years. So society may ask this question, already you have family business, then why did you choose this course? Because it will take 6 years or 5 years for completion. No need of that, because already you have a family business. These are the some of the advices or suggestions made on young students by society. This is the, what we can say, main important points in the first paragraph. So this is my method. I am reading the book, I am preparing notes on myself, so I am giving you that. I request all of you to write down what I am telling in your own words, so your English will improve. If you do that, when you read the book, you can understand everything in a clear way. So I request all of you to write down what I am telling, so your learning will be easier. You should have this habit. What habit? To make notes of your own. These are the advices or pieces of advice, suggestions made by society on us. Now, the paragraph second. Now we can move to paragraph second. Second paragraph focuses on the main idea of evaluation of suggestions. Now, around 5 suggestions I taught you from the first paragraph. Now we can examine that, or we can evaluate that. Each advice given by the society on young students. Now we can evaluate, we can think on that, we can make some important idea from such, what we can say, evaluations, such suggestions. First one, we know that if you study hard, you will get good future. That is the first suggestions made by society on young student. This suggestion is an important one because this suggestion depends on personal or individual effort. If you, it means you have to work hard, so your life will be better. This suggestion is depending upon each individual or each person or each student. So this is the evaluation of first suggestion. It means this is personal. Each one has to work hard. Only when she or he may get a good future. Now we can move to the second one. The second one, it means what? selection of job on the basis of job market. That is why our society is, what we can say, making a suggestion. If you choose this subject, you will get a better job. It means society knows that which are the jobs at present that we can achieve. So society is giving us advices, pieces of advice to select a particular subject so that there are vacancies, such job will be available to us. For example, there are vacancies for nurses. So society or family, they are advising us. So if you go for studying nursing, so that you will get the job, because there is a job market. This suggestion is on the basis of job market. First one was personal, second one on the basis of job market. Somebody is forcing us to take a particular subject, and so that you will get a job because it is available in job market. Now, third one, the question is, as a girl or boy, is it a correct choice? So it means what? Gender discrimination. The society is making gender discrimination. Society tells girls to select particular subject and advises boys to select other subjects. It means gender discrimination is there. Separate professions for girls and separate professions for boys. The society is making this, what we can say, discrimination, this difference. Next one is that, is your choice a practical one? It means what? I already told you that if you belong to a poor family, your social background is not so, what we can say, rich to complete this course, then society may ask this question, whether it will be practical or not. You are already poor, you belong to a poor family, your parents cannot afford, your parents cannot help you financially for completing the course, then why did you, what we can select this course? It means what? According to social background, your family background. Last one, why did we choose a profession? It means what? If you have already family business, why did you choose a profession which, what we can say, will take a long time? It means this is limited to hereditary jobs. Society or your parents are telling that we have a shop, so that no need of studying much. After as we can take over the job, so that no need of worry. It means it is hereditary. Last one is hereditary. Hereditary means what? Occupation passing from one generation to another generation. It means you are getting the shop of your father. This is the last one, hereditary. But you wanted to select other subjects, you want to go to other areas, so you can, what we can say, reflect your talents, you can showcase your talents there. You don't want to you don't have that interest to sit in the shop and sell things. It means you wanted to be deviated from, you wanted to get a different profession. But your parents are telling to be there, to be in the shop, you can control the shop, you can manage the shop. But the society is telling us to, in a simple way, I wanted to tell you that the society is making the divisions. The society is making the decisions what we have to select. Now we can move to the paragraph, what we can say 3. The paragraph 3 focuses on the idea of the best advice and other criteria. What is the best advice? We know that what was the first advice? First advice means if you work hard, you will get a better job. According to the book, according to me, the first one is the best advice, because the first advice is giving freedom to each student to, what we can say, select his own area of profession. If you work hard, this is individual. If you work hard, you will get success in your life. So hard work of the student is given more importance, and society is not forcing you to select a particular job or particular subject. Instead of that, the society wishes you best luck for your hard work. And what we can say, best evaluation, I already told you that the giving importance to individual hard work. But if you hard work, it is not sure that you will get success in your life. Many students are working hard and they may not get success, the deserved success in their life. This is another side of this decision, individual decision. And this is the first important idea on this paragraph. The second important idea is that what are the other criteria that when you wanted to select a job, what are the other criteria you wanted to give more importance? For example, if you wanted to go for a course or go for a job, first criteria, is it money? It means if you wanted to join a profession, which criteria you give more importance? First one, is it money? There is a question, is it money? Second one, is it respect? Because some students, they wanted respect, so they giving less importance to money. Some people are giving more importance to money, and some people are giving more importance to respect, social recognition. Third one, many people are giving importance to individual, what we can say, satisfaction. You are working in a company, you are getting high salary, you are getting respect, but individually you are not satisfied. So there are people who are working for individual satisfaction. Then there is a role of culture and social norms. These are the two other criteria of selecting a job. Culture is playing a good role, we know that. According to culture, we have to go to a particular course. And according to social norms means what? What is right in the society. Many are what we can say, telling that this is correct to select this job, so you are going for such courses. Culture is playing a good role, and social norms means what? Thoughts on the basis of what others tell or do. It means according to advice of others, you are changing your decision. This is called social norms. You are giving more importance to others' desire. You are sacrificing your own desires. Instead of that, you wanted to give more importance to the decision of your parents or your relatives or your friends. And these are the criteria for selecting a job. Some people are giving more importance to money. Some people are giving more importance to self-respect. Some giving more importance to individual satisfaction. Some people are going, or what we can say, on the basis of what we can say culture, some people on the basis of social norms. These are the criteria. On the basis of that we are selecting jobs or professions in our life. Now we can move to the paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 concentrates on the topic individual interest and social factors. Individual interest and social factors. I told you that society and individual, or society and people, they are connected. We are living in a society, so we have to obey the society, and they are giving us pieces of advice. Our families in the society, our relatives are living in the society, our friends are living in the society, they are giving us pieces of advice, we have to obey. So there is a connection between society and individuals, or social factors and individual. Social factors and individuals, it is the main topic in this paragraph. I request all of you to go through paragraph 4. We know that society will decide how much we have to study. This is the main idea from this paragraph. Society will decide how much we have to study. Or in a more clarified way, I wanted to tell you that social factors decide how well he or she must study. And next important thing is that money or economy is the thing job market aims at ultimately. So we can, two important points are there in this paragraph. Paragraph 4. First point is that society will decide how much we have to study. First point. Second point, the main purpose of job market is to earn money, or job market gives more importance to money. In a more clarified way, I wanted to tell you that there are, it means what, or money or economy is the important thing that job market aims at ultimately. We know that there is a purpose behind everything. You are working in a company, your main aim may be money. So the main aim of job market means what? When you are going to study a course, you are checking whether this job is available at present or not. So that job market can give you jobs. According to that, you are selecting your course. The main purpose of this job market is money. These are the two important points in this paragraph. Now we can move to next page, paragraph 1. Next page, paragraph 1 concentrates on the topic first theme of this chapter. This is very important. What is the first theme of this chapter? These are some of the things I already told you, that introductory things. Now we can move to the first theme of this chapter. There are 6 themes in this chapter. Now we can move to the first theme of this chapter. And we know that governmental and economic policies emphasize the need of the money or economy. Government, and there are some governmental and economic policies aiming at achieving or earning money. We know that government is introducing some policies. The main aim is to earn money. First point. Second point, the chances of a student to choose a job is affected by these policies and socio-cultural background. It means, in a simple way, I wanted to tell you the second point. Second point is, government creates job for you. Government creates job for you. The main aim of creating job is to earn money. This is the second point. And there is another idea in the second point, that is, it means socio-cultural background. Your socio-cultural background also, what we can say, affecting getting a particular job. If you belong to a poor family, it means your parents may not afford to go for job or go for courses which cost much, so that you will select a particular course on the basis of your socio-cultural background. It means first, government creates job for you. Second, you are choosing a job on the basis of socio-cultural background. And third important thing is that sociology studies interaction between individual and society. Sociology aims at solving individual worries, and public issue means choosing a stream for 12 courses, individual worry, and it is a public issue affecting all the students. This is called collective entity. Now, I wanted to tell you the first theme of this chapter. It means sociology is the subject which aims at, because there is a purpose behind this subject, sociology. What is the purpose of sociology? What is the goal of sociology? Is to, what we can solve problems related to individuals and public. Sociology has some purpose. What is the purpose? This is the first thing. I already told you this is the first thing. I wanted to tell you the first main idea we are going to study in this chapter. First one is that sociology wanted to solve problems related to individuals and public. For example, if you wanted to select a course for 11, which stream you will select? So there is some worry for you, individual worry, and it is affecting all the students. So this is already an individual problem, and this is also a public issue. This is called collective entity. It is affecting all the students in our society. So this problem is individual as well as public. This is the first thing. Now we can move to paragraph 2, second theme of what we can say the chapter. Second theme is this one. The meaning of good job is different in different society. It means what? Each society has some difference. When you go to different society, it means what? They are giving meaning to what we can say different meaning to the job. When you go to rural areas, their job is different. When you come to urban areas, job is different. So that in society there are different kinds of job, or different society giving different what we can say meaning to job. And relevant society determines the social esteem of a particular job, and questions on meaning of relevant society. Now we are going to study about relevant society. Is it the society the individual belongs to? Is it the neighborhood, community, caste, tribe, professional circle of parents? How an individual belongs to more than one society? How societies are unequal? This is the second theme of this chapter. Now I want to tell you things in a clear way. The second theme of, you have to know only this much. The second theme of this chapter is to how an individual belongs to more than one society. This is a question, and later I will give you a proper answer to this. Now just learn this question, because this is the second theme of this chapter, and I will give you more explanation later when we study the second theme in an elaborated way. Now I am giving only introductions, and so that what is more important I am giving. So for exam point of view, this is enough for you. I am telling that how one person can live in more than one society, and how societies are unequal. This is the second theme of the chapter. Now we can move to what we can say paragraph 3. Paragraph 3 tells us other themes of the chapter. And before that, I wanted to give you some of the meaning to the difficult words. Material. Material means fact, data, information. And next important word is dialectical. Dialectical means logical. Third difficult word is transcend. Transcend means what? Go beyond the limit. Transcend means what? Go beyond the limit. Then milieu. Milieu means what? A person's social environment. M-I-L-I-E-U. Milieu means a person's social environment. Now we can move to paragraph 3. The paragraph 3 focuses on the main idea, other themes of the chapter. Already we have studied 2 main themes. Now we can move to the third main theme. The third theme of the chapter. We know that sociology is the systematic study of society. Sociology does not give importance to meaning given by philosophy and religion and our own observation about society. And this is the third theme of this chapter. It means sociology studies society in a systematic way. So sociology is not giving meaning given by philosophy and religion about society and our own explanation about society, because this may not be correct. This is the third theme. Third theme means what? Sociology studies society in a systematic way, and sociology is not giving importance to the meaning of society given by philosophy, religion and people. Now we can move to the fourth theme of the chapter. Fourth chapter means going back to historical ideas and facts behind the beginning of sociology to understand the distinct way of studying society. This is the fourth main theme of the chapter. We are going back to the history. And we are studying how, what we can say, sociology began to understand the different way of studying society. We know that sociology is studying society. For understanding more about sociology, we are going back to the history behind beginning of sociology. This is the fourth theme of this chapter, going back to history and learning about the beginning of sociology. Now I wanted to tell you the fifth theme of this chapter, going back to history of sociology for better understanding of society. The same, almost same. Fourth and fifth almost same. Fourth means going back to history for understanding the beginning of sociology, and fifth one going back to history for understanding sociology in a better way, for understanding sociology in a better way. Now the final theme of this chapter is to the scope of sociology and its relationship to other discipline, means what? Other subjects. This is the final theme of this chapter. It means the scope of the significance of sociology and the connection of sociology with other subjects, the connection of sociology with history, with other such what we can say subjects. Now we can move to next. It means the last paragraph of this page. The title of the paragraph is the sociological imagination, the personal problems and the public issue. This is the first theme of this chapter. Here, from here onwards, importance is more importance is there. Now the introductory part of this chapter is over. Around 6 themes we have to study in this chapter. The first one now we are going to study. What is the first one? First one means what? The personal problems and the public issue. Personal problems and the public issue. Please write first theme of this chapter, personal problems and the public issue. And now I would like to give you the meaning of the sociological imagination. Imagination means creativity, bringing new ideas. This word was coined by, it means who used this word for the first time. His name is C. Wright Mills. In the book the name is there, C. Wright Mills. He is an American sociologist, and in 1959 he coined coined this word to describe insight into problems and nature and the relevance of sociology in daily life. This is the meaning of the word sociological imagination. Sociological imagination is the word coined by, used first by Mills, M-I-L-L-S, Mills, American sociologist, and this word help us to get insight into problems. It means to be aware of problems and relevance of sociology in daily life. So that the simple way I wanted to tell you that sociology is the subject which tells or which gives us some solutions with regard to individuals and society. This is the first theme of this chapter, and now we can make an elaborated study of this theme, that is the personal problems and the public issue. And we know that there is a dialectical means logical link between individual and the society, which is what sociologists have been concerned with, and sociological imagination is to solve the mystery concerning connection between individual and society. It means what? The main purpose of sociological imagination is to solve the problems regarding individuals and society. This is the main point. It means the main function of sociology is to find out solutions for individual problems and public issue. And next page, we can go to next page, paragraph 1, which concentrates on the topic of significance of sociological imagination. In the previous paragraph I told you what is the function of sociological imagination. Sociological imagination means what? Finding out solution for the individual problems and public issues, and this is the main idea of sociological imagination. This is the function of sociological imagination, for finding out solutions with regard to individual problem and the public issue. And in this paragraph we are going to study other significances of sociological imagination, and these are the things given by Mills. Mills gives us these significance. First one, sociological imaginations give us awareness into history and biography and other relationship within the society. It means, first point you have to write, sociological imagination gives us awareness about link between or logical, what we can say, link between history and biography. I wanted to repeat it again. We have to write down the first significance of sociological imagination is to, what we can say, give us insight or awareness about history and biography. History means public issue. Biography means what? Individual problems. The meaning of history means public issue. History, we know that there are different issues. Public issues are there in history. The word history means, you have to understand, the word history means public issue. The word biography means individual problems and their relationship within the society. And sociological imagination gives us a difference between personal troubles and private issues. We know now we are going to study in a deeper way. First point is that first significance of sociological imagination is to that it gives us awareness about history and biography. History means public issue and biography means individual issue. It means what? Sociology gives us, or sociological imagination gives us awareness about public issue as well as individual problems. The main significance is that to find out solutions for public issue as well as individual problems. And there are some personal troubles. What are the personal troubles? It means it is occur in the character of a person with his immediate relations with others. This is private problems related to family groups. It means biography means what? Individual problems. What are the individual problems? We know that everybody is having individual problems which happen to a person. First point, now I am giving what are the individual problems. First one, it happens to a person. Second one, it happens with a person in his immediate relations like family. We have some people are having, many are having problems, many individuals are having problems in their family, in their work field. This is called personal issues, personal problems. It means the problems which is happening to a person in his family, in his work field. It means this is personal problems. Now we can move to the public issues. What are the public issues which occur beyond the local environment, away from his inner life, rooted in society, related to social organization? It means public issue happen beyond the individual environment. It means there are some problems happening to individuals in his own environment, but public issue does not happen in individual environment. Public issue happen beyond individual area, away from his inner life, because we have our own problem with our own inner life, with our own self. We have some issues, conflict with our own life. This is called individual problems. But public problems, public issues are not connected with the inner life. Third one, rooted in society. We know that public issues are happening in society. Last one, related to social organization. School is a society, and industry is a society. whether where some problems are happening. This is called public issue. Individual problem means what happening to an individual. Public issue means problems happening to a group of people or organization. And it helps an individual to get an insight into a relationship between personal experience and large society. Sociological imagination gives a person to understand his own problems and public issues. Now we can move to paragraph 2, and the main important thing is paragraph 2 is that historical facts and individual problems. There are some historical events that create problem to different, what we can say, individuals. Facts occurring in history affect positively and negatively to individuals. For example, industrialization creates peasant as workers and feudal lord as businessmen. Simple idea is that there are some events happening in our society, and events are happening differently to different persons. For example, industrialization came. We know that in the past, during colonialism, industrialization came. Industrialization made the peasants workers, because peasants belonged to lower workers, and the feudal means what? The landlords. They were very rich people, powerful people. They became businessmen. Industrialization made peasants just workers and feudals businessmen. It means the things happening in the history made persons some different, what we can say, people or workers and businessmen. And for example, already I told you that when classes fall, men are employed and unemployed. It means what? When things are happening in different classes, upper class, middle class, lower class, when things are happening to different classes, some people lost their job, some people are getting their job. We know that when government is taking some decision in the society, some people are getting the benefit, some people are not getting. During colonialism, we know that the upper caste people were given more importance by the British government, and lower caste people, they were not given any importance. Because of that, the upper caste people, they became owners of the land, and the lower caste people, they became workers. This is the example for this. When the changes happening in classes, some people are getting the benefit, and some many are not getting the benefit. The next one is that when a war occurs, when a war occurs, it means a salesman becomes a rocket launcher. According to what we can say situation, there are different job created, and a store clerk to a radar man. In a more simplified way, I wanted to tell you that when a war occurs, when a war takes place, a wife becomes a widow because she lost her husband. When her husband is killed or died in a war, a wife became a widow, and children became fatherless. So history and biography are connected with, can be understood when here we have awareness about the both. The Indira Awas Yojana was intended to construct houses for the homeless. It means there are some connection between history. It means public issues and individual problems. For example, war is a public issue. We know that it happens, it affects throughout society, and it is also affect each family, or there are connection between, what we can say, this history and biography. History means public issues, biography means individual issues. For example, when a public issue like war occurs, or when a government is taking a decision which may benefit the upper class and which may not benefit the lower class. So it affects the public as well as each individual. For example, when a war takes place, it is affecting the society as well as the wife. Wife becomes widow and it affecting the children. Children become fatherless. So history and biography, it means public issue and individual issue are connected. Public issue creates individual issues also. And for example, in 1999 and 2000, government introduced a program. The name of the program is the Indira Awas Yojana, and it was the purpose behind this what we can say program was to construct houses for the homeless. It means what? Government introducing plans for what we can say solving problems. And these are the important ideas from this session of learning this chapter. I hope all my dear students are what we can say getting me, understanding things in a clear way. I request all of you to read the chapter. I have given you word meanings, so you have to make points, you have to make notes of your own so that your learning will be more effective. When you work hard, you will get a good future. So that this is what we can say on the basis of what you are doing, that will make you in the future. So God bless you. Thank you. Before that, I want to give you some of the questions to be answered. First one, what are the themes of this chapter? What are the themes of this chapter? Second one, what do you mean by social imagination? Third one, who coined the word social imagination? Next one, what do you mean by personal troubles and public issues? Last question, how history and biography are connected? It means how public issues and personal issues are connected. Give examples. God bless you. Thank you.